Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. I hope everybody's keeping safe and well. Well, the caravan's at home. We've got the caravan home because we're off to France in a few days' time. So we've been frantically getting things clean, sorting out, putting stuff in, taking stuff out, all that sort of stuff. So we're really excited about that. And what I want to do is I want to link back or loop back to a vlog I did a few weeks back about the trailer registration plate. Now, I'm surprised, actually, most of you have pretty much registered your trailers, but I think that's because we're all involved in this social media community where kind of we've read about it on different forums, YouTube, Facebook, all those sorts of things. But I am seeing a number of people that are like, oh, what's this about a trailer registration? Didn't know about a trailer registration. I mean, there is a generation of people that obviously go caravanning in Europe and aren't part of the kind of social media crowd. So, you know, I was just thinking, how did the government get that message out there? I wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for social media. Anyway, what I'm really here to talk to you about is I did the vlog on the registration plate, and a few of you messaged me and said, could they make their own number plate up? The vinyl one would be far better. In fact, I even mentioned that I was going to look at making a vinyl one so it's flusher, it was nicer. Not that that's a big problem, but though it was flusher and smoother to the caravan surface. That got me thinking, can we make up our own number plates? Is a vinyl number plate actually a valid number plate to use as a trailer registration plate? So I did a bit of deep research. I did a deep dive into whether we can, into the whole trailer regulations and basically the rules around number plates. As you know, car number plates are governed by a legislation, and let me see if I can find that here. The car number plate legislation is BS AU 145E, or the earlier BS AU 145D. So car and vehicle registration plates, and vehicle, I guess I mean things with engines in there, need to be to a certain standard. So I did a deep dive, and this is what I found. Basically, displaying a trailer registration or trailer registration numbers must be correctly displayed on number plates as set out in the trailer registration regulations 2018. So that's what I then did. I went to the trailer regulations 2018, and this is what I found. So having reviewed the actual legislation, the manufacturing requirements are completely defined in the legislation itself. So there is manufacturing requirements in the legislation itself, but they are not required to comply with normal UK number plate standard BS AU 145E, nor do they have to be manufactured by a registered number plate supplier. Instead, they must comply with the following. So what that means is you don't need to go to a proper registered manufacturer to get them registered. So they must comply with the Trailer Registration Regulation 2018, and I'll go into a little bit more detail in that shortly. Part 3, registration marks and plates, so there is rules about how it looks, and Schedule 2, display of the registration mark and how you display it. Right, so let me give you a bit more detail of what the basic Trailer Registration Regulations 2018 state. So registration mark format, the registration number must be, and we couldn't change this because this is how we get a certificate anyway, one letter followed by 7 digits. So that's the one letter followed by the seven digits, but they must be displayed in 2 lines. They cannot be displayed in one continuous line. So you couldn't get a normal style car registration plate. It has to be the motorcycle style registration plate with 1 row at the top with the letter beginning and then the 2nd row at the bottom. Right, what's the next bit? So font. The regulation prescribed a specific font shown in Schedule 2. So the characters must be the character height 64 millimeters, character width 44 millimeters, width of 1 and I has to be 10 millimeters, stroke width 10 millimeters, character spacing 10 millimeters, gap between upper and lower groups 5 millimeters. So I'm guessing that's the gap between the 2 groups there. It needs to be 5 millimeters. There's even a restriction on the margin, top side margin, minimum of 5 millimeters. So you have to have 5mm on the top, and bottom margin has to be even bigger, so there has to be a minimum of 13mm. And the manufacturing tolerances are for the character height plus or minus 1mm, and all other dimensions plus or minus 0.5mm. Plate colour. The plate must have white background, which it does, solid black characters, nothing else. Surface finish. In fact, that means that mine, do you know what? Mine has got the markings on to say that it's been made to basically the standard for vehicle number plates, and according to this it shouldn't have. This is getting confusing. Right, so the plate must have a white background, solid black characters, and nothing else. Okay. Surface finish. The plate must not have patterns, have textures, have carbon effect, have honeycomb finishes, have reflective graphics, or have any other decorative background. The surface must remain plain white. Optical requirements. The plate must not be treated in any way that makes the registration harder to read, interferes with any AMPR photography. And that's obviously, we wouldn't do that anyway, but that's spraying that reflective stuff over. Tinted laminates or fancy finishes would therefore not comply. So additional information. Only one additional mark is permitted. Now this is what makes me think that my number plate might not be legal, even from Western Towing. So one additional mark is permitted. Information identifying the manufacturer of the registration plate. So that's correct. So I've got Western Towing there. So I've got the information basically displaying the manufacturer of the number plate. So that's fine. But we should have no flags, no GB badge, no logo, no slogan, no postcode, no website, no border graphics. I don't have any of that. But where I'm confused now is I have the registration mark just here for proper registered number plates for cars. And according to this, I shouldn't have anything else on there, but this means it's been registered properly. So I'm a little bit confused about that. However, I must admit, I think if you get stopped, unless you've been an absolute pain in the backside and being difficult, I'm sure they wouldn't do you for that. But who knows, maybe they would. You let me know. So let's go on to the mounting. The plate must be mounted at the rear of the trailer. It is. Vertically, where possible. So obviously we've got it up nice and high. Clearly visible. That's relatively clearly visible. However, it doesn't have to be lit. So how clearly visible is it going to be when you're towing in the evening? Not that clear. Not obscured. Now it's high enough that hopefully when we've got the bikes on it isn't obscured. In fact it won't be, because the camera's up there, it's not going to be obscured. Fixings must not alter the appearance of any character. For example, placing screws through numbers or letters. Obviously, with it being our Caravans, we're not going to be screwing it into the back of the Caravan. We're going to be sticking it on there anyway. And I really don't think that we'd be looking to kind of change the way the registration looks to make it look privatised. Private registration. And here's the bit then. So does it have to comply with BS-AU 145E? So interestingly, no. Unlike ordinary UK vehicle number plates, the trailer registration regulation do not reference BS-AU 145E or the earlier 145D. This means the legal manufacturing standard is only to Schedule 2 of the regulations. They're the trailer regulations. But if we go by those regulations, we should only have the numbers and the name of the manufacturer. Shouldn't have any other marks on there, but we've got the standard on there, so I'm confused. Because technically what it is, it's a rear motorbike number plate. Can you manufacture them yourselves? From a legal standpoint, yes, provided the finished plate complies exactly with Schedule 2. Unlike normal vehicle registration plates, there is no requirement in these regulations for any plate to be manufactured by a registered number plate supplier. There is no requirement for a BS-AU marking on the plate. No requirement, there's one on there. There is no requirement for the supplier's postcode or name, only manufacturer identification is permitted. But that doesn't ask the question about, can it be a vinyl number plate? My interpretation of that is that absolutely, yes, it can be a vinyl number plate. In fact, it can be any type of material you want. You could have it wood and paint it white and put black letters in there, as long as it meets all those other standards in the schedule, the height, the spacing, everything else, and what is to be displayed on there. So you tell me what you think. From the way I'm reading it, there is no requirement for it actually to have to be a proper number plate. And actually the bare minimum to put on there is the registration marks in the black letters and basically the white background, and that's it. You don't need anything more than that. It didn't mention any specific font, but what it said was that it had to be a clear font. Let me go back here. The regulations the regulations prescribe a specific font shown in Schedule 2, and basically the font is basically just about the size and shape and everything else and the spacing. So there we go. That's me looping back on the trailer registration. I'll be really interested to see and hear what you guys think. You know, it's been, well, it's not been a minefield, but it's caused a lot of conversations, certainly online with these trailer registrations. You know, the fact that it doesn't need to be lit. How can it be seen at night, but it's got to be clearly visible? Lots of people going, well, I can't mount it up there, and all those sorts of different things. I mean, we're going to be heading off very, very soon with the registration. I'd be interested to see how many other UK caravanners I see with the registration plate on. In fact, you know, does this apply to, I guess, if they're travelling through France and things like that, you know, the Dutch, the Germans, the Spanish, the French themselves? So I'll be eagerly looking out at other caravans when we're there. If you're already there, if you have been there, tell me what your experience was. Anyway, leave any comments, questions below. I always enjoy conversing with you guys. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell and we'll notify you when we put out some more vlogs.